Asher Smith lining up for this women's 100-metre final. She enters this the fastest from the semi-finals. But Michael Johnson, the form that Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce in and the ease with which she ran her heat, has Dina got to break her own British record, do you think, to win this race?
She will have to break her own record to win this race, and I think that will be a big confidence booster for her as well going into Doha. So I would love to see that today. Here she is in the heat. She got a great start, great transition, and then was able to just relax, still coming under pressure here, unlike what we saw with Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce. But what was great about this was just perfect execution for a semifinal race. Did exactly what she needed to do, which will give her a lot of confidence going into this final, but it's going to be a tough ask.
It's going to be a tough ask, but she needs that start to be right on point, because she is surrounded by probably one of the best starters in the world in Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce in 6.
And 4 of this field were in the field for the final of the 100 metres in 2017. 4 of them in the final for 2016. That tells you the kind of calibre she is up against, Steve Cram.
Yes, wherever you look, there are people holding titles. Perhaps it's the 2 German athletes who are in this who are the only ones who really don't. But Lückenkämper at her best again, another sub-11 second athlete coming back into good form. This is the current Commonwealth champion, whose best 2 years ago was 10.82. And the only athlete in this field that hasn't broken 11 is Pinto. We'll come to her in a second. This is Daphne Skippers, of course, a world champion at the longest sprint distance, 200 meters. Made it through here as the fastest loser. There is Pinto. Very good performance from her in the semi-final. Got a good start, held on well. So 2 German athletes in lanes 1 and 4. Then we've got 2, of course, the normal 2 from the Ivory Coast. Talou, silver medalist at those World Championships. And indeed at 60 indoors, 100 outdoors, 200 outdoors. And then there she is, smiling, and why shouldn't she be smiling? The double Olympic champion from 2008-2012, Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce. Lots of Jamaican support, of course, in this city, and have come out to cheer their hero, one of their heroes. So Dina Asher Smith, the European champion. British crowd hoping that she can lift herself to challenge Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce here. Ahure, the world indoor champion from 2018 at 60 meters, also of the Ivory Coast. And then the former Commonwealth champion at this distance, Blessing Okagbare from Nigeria in lane 9, who has shocked a couple of the fields earlier on in the season, but I suspect the way Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce is going today, that won't happen. So how quick do we think Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce can go here? What can Dina Asher Smith do? Can she put her under pressure? Can she hang on to her? Can she herself find a fast time? 10.91 for Dina Asher Smith in qualifying, 10.95 for Fraser-Pryce, who, to be fair, was easing through. This is the final event of what's been an immense weekend of great performances, where we have another one here to finish off with. Shelly was moving a little bit, but let's wait and see. Collins pointing towards Skippers, I think. Actually, yes, Skippers has come up as .092. What do you think?
I think it's a false starter. I think she was moving a little bit.
If they're consistent, that anyone who there you see the reaction time there. If they're consistent, anyone who's been under that mark, they've just said that's it.
Yeah, and if you look there carefully, she was moving before anybody else. And we know she's not the best starter, so you've got to think that she actually started that movement a lot earlier.
It was a fraction of a second. You could just see it on that super slow motion there. Green.
Wow.
Oh, he said, I heard green card. Paula's saying no. Anyway, there she goes, and that's the right decision. Even on the super slow-mo, it was very tight, but you could see her move. 0.92, so by thousandths of a second, a false start for the world champion of 200 meters. So now we're down to 8 women. Kemper, Michelle-Lee Aye in 2, then at 3 now empty. Then we've got Tatiana Pinto, Marie-Jose Talu, Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce and Dina Asher-Smith in lanes 6 and 7, Muriel Ahure in 8 and Blessing Okagbare in 9. Cleanly away this time, Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce is up and running very, very quickly and already in the lead. Dina Asher-Smith chasing her, but it's Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce with a good metre and a half, and she's flowing through to a great win, 10.77. Dina Asher-Smith takes second spot. She makes it look so easy. I said she was flowing, that's what it is like. It's almost poetry in motion, watching her. A good start, a great start, and then after that, she just keeps going away. It's been taken up by a slight notch to 10.78. Dina Asher-Smith, 10.92 in second place. Nothing she could do about Fraser-Pryce. She gets such a good start, and then she just runs faster. You can't say anything else. She just runs faster than everybody else.
Steve, it's amazing. At the moment, in Shelly-Ann's racing, I see no weakness. She reacts to the gun very well. Then she gets out the block solid, very strong. Then she has incredible pickup, good knee lift all the way through, and she doesn't seem to fade. She doesn't get tight. So this is going to be a person that's going to be so difficult to beat. Adding to that, she has a wealth of experience in taking these titles. So only person that's come close when she's running like this is another Olympic champion, Elaine Thompson, who only just beat her by a fraction, thousandths, at those Jamaican championships. Watch this again here. There's nothing really Dina can do. She can't get close to her in the first 20 meters, and if you can't get close to her then and put her under any sort of pressure, you've got no chance of beating her. She's still moving away from the field, pumping hard, focused all the way. And when you're that determined as a champion, trust me, it's tough, so tough for all your opponents. Here's Dina, out of the blocks well. Again, she didn't do really anything that wrong. She was just beaten by a quality athlete who just seems to be on the top of her game. All that Dina can really do is just try and hang on there and just run her best race.
Well, her best, not quite good enough to hang on to the former Olympic champion. 10.92 for Dina Asher-Smith, which is a pretty solid run from her, just a tad slower than the semi-final. But the winning time, dominant winning time for Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce, 10.78.
Shelly, you said at the start of this season, or middle of the season, it's going to be lit. And for those who don't know, it means the season's on fire, and surely you definitely are.
Yes, thank you. It's definitely a wonderful season, and for me, it's just a privilege to line up with a fantastic field all the time. I've always said, every time that I compete, I've always been lining up with great girls. So, today I'm just really happy with the win, and I'm glad I came out healthy. That's a plus, and I look forward to my next meet, which is in Pan Am. So.
Yeah, a lot of people are saying they're astonished at the fact that you're running as fast as you were 11 years ago. What is that longevity about?
God is good. That's all I can say. God is good. Because honestly, I've been just working hard, and I must say that, I trust my coach, Stephen Francis, the real GOAT. But, it's just remarkable. I've continued to work hard, and my faith is just impeccable, because I believe at the end of the day that it's about the journey and the testing, and it's about overcoming those obstacles. And I'm just, I guess, testimony to the fact that hard work just definitely pays off.
And someone who was right there alongside you was Dina Asher-Smith. And Dina, someone like Shelly, when you're lining up against her, just tell us what goes through your mind when that gun goes.
I mean, obviously it's always a privilege to line up against so many fantastic women, but particularly somebody who is, double Olympic champion, world champion, been there, done that, got everything and knows how to do it. So for me, I always just try and be as close as I can. I'm not that close today, but for me, it's always just a learning experience and making sure that I can improve on each race before the world champs. So.
And another sub-11 clocking, 10.92 today, where does that put you ahead of Doha?
It's great for me, I have to say. I mean, obviously I'm a competitor and I always want to do as well as I can, and I always want to run quicker. I kind of wanted the 10.8 to stay within myself, but to get 2 low 10.9s, I really can't moan. I mean, haven't been above 11 all season, so I can't complain.
Well, it's great to see you both. Well done.
Thank you very much.